Hello there, and welcome to my first live stream here. It's Friday afternoon for me on the East Coast, 12 Eastern Time. Welcome to The Perfect Asset, all things infinite banking concepts. So my name is Michael Hession. I'm an authorized infinite banking concept practitioner, and this is the first of a weekly series that I'll be doing here on LinkedIn Live and my YouTube channel to talk about what I consider the perfect asset, and which is a certain type of whole life insurance policy that has been around for a long time, and more people need to know about it and know the power of this very long-running, old-school instrument and asset. So this is being the first one, I'm just going to sort of lay out a little basic outline and what the next few lives will be around. So, do you ever feel like your financial foundation is on shaky ground? So, what if I told you that the perfect asset for building wealth has been hiding in plain sight for over 150 years? In this live stream, I'm going to reveal how you can use whole life instruments and infinite banking concepts to create savings and liquidity without the risking a cent in the stock market, and how to transform debt into wealth, even if you don't have debt yourself, and then how to unlock the magic that is compounding interest on your money. So I have a free resource too that'll be available to you at the end, and feel free to check out. That is 3 critical reasons why becoming your own banker is a great idea. And so the first section that I'm going to do in a deep dive next week, which will be Friday. It might not be noontime Eastern, it might be a little bit later, but typically these will be on Friday around midday Eastern Standard Time, or very close to there. So the first thing I want to talk about is real savings and liquidity. So, I mean, most Americans, I think, know that we are really bad at saving our money, and we're really good at making it. And I'll kind of dig into that a little bit more, looking at some pretty eye-opening numbers, and how the problem is not the money we're making. The problem is that we're not keeping most of it. So, and why some of the reasons why relying on the stock market for savings is risky, or just relying on where most people do is savings accounts in a bank, and how they aren't really very good. Usually the rate of return is quite low, and it's not very conducive to real savings. And then whole life insurance as a secure and predictable savings vehicle. I'll go into how these large banks that you all know about, the Bank of America, Wells Fargo, et cetera, to keep huge amounts of cash inside whole life insurance, which most people don't know about. So why is that? So I'll dig into that a little bit. And then there are added layers of guarantees and stability that these whole life insurance contracts provide. So here's a quick example. So say you have someone named Jessica, is a small business owner, needs say $30,000 to expand on her cafe, and she could dip in her savings and to do that, but the timing wouldn't be great. She doesn't really want to tap into the 401k. She instead had set up one of these whole life insurance contracts, and the cash was called the cash value inside of them is always available for her to tap into. No questions asked, no credit checks, nothing like that. So these are very much like a savings account, line of credit kind of an asset, where you can tap into whatever you need to tap into whenever you need to do it. And the great thing is, when you tap into these contracts, you don't actually take it out of there. You take loans from the life insurance company based on what's in your cash value, which means that you can replenish it and you can use the same dollar over and over again. The second thing I'll go to in a couple of weeks out from now will be the idea of turning debt into wealth. And I like to think of it as actually buying debt. And you might go, how do you do that? How does that work? So think about when you buy a car and you finance it with a car financing company. And so say usually people will figure out some monthly amount that they can handle, say $300, $400 a month to get the car they want. They'll budget for that. So they're sending this money to the financing company at interest, even not at interest. If sometimes you can get these car loans for no interest. and you're still, even though you're not paying interest, that's $300 or $400 a month that's going away from you that you'll never see again. Because the car is not like any car, unless it's a Porsche and you've had it for 50 years, or will you be able to resell it and actually make a profit on it? So the idea of buying your own debt is storing and redirecting your money into this whole life insurance contract, then tapping into it to get to purchase your vehicle. And then you start to act like the bank for yourself, and you funnel that money back into your own system for whatever you're going to need to use in the future. So I love that idea of turning debt into wealth. Kind of the idea behind infinite banking is you want to take on the role of becoming your own banker, which most people never think about. It doesn't even occur to them because the banks do that. So I'm here to tell you that there is a way that you can be your own banker using these whole life insurance contracts that will benefit you and your family, your business, whatever the case might be. The third part that I will go in, and the third section in a few weeks from now, will be about the idea of uninterrupted compounding growth of your money. There are some quotes out there you may have heard of. It's attributed to Albert Einstein. I have no idea if he actually said this, but certainly Warren Buffett has said certain things. And the idea is that he or she who understands compounding interest earns it, and he or she who doesn't pays it. And you want to know how it works, and you want to take advantage of that. And a lot of very wealthy and successful people do just that. They take advantage of money growing uninterrupted, and the principal, meaning like what they put into it, never losing that, and it always growing, and still being able to tap into that for whatever you need. So these are some of the different areas that I'll be going into. I'll be sharing some stories. There's some very interesting historical stories about very famous people that you know and have heard about who have incorporated and taken advantage of these whole life insurance contracts for whatever they need. And I'll share some client stories and some personal stories as well. So there you have it, 3 powerful ways. It's just only 3. There's more, and I will be continuing with this on for who knows long, probably ongoingly. And create real savings and liquidity for yourself. Turn debt into wealth, even if it's someone else's debt, and unlocking the magic that is uninterrupted compounding growth of your money. So feel free. I'm going to finish up here in just a few seconds. Feel free to download that little free resource, 3 critical reasons becoming your own banker is a great idea, and check it out. And hope to see you on the next one. And don't forget, we'll dive deeper into real savings and liquidity on next Friday. I know we're going to skip a week. I'm not going to do Black Friday because most people don't work. So a week from Friday will be my next one. So I hope you'll join me. And remember, it's your money, your rules. Thank you so much.